Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. We're going to experiment with some new YouTube content. This is really scrappy sort of content. This is not the same. This is not very structured, organized guides, videos that I usually do. I've started streaming a little bit on Twitch, and I've just been practicing some high elo reviews. So I'm just going to start posting these to my YouTube channel. And continue streaming these because some people have been finding these helpful. So I thought let's put these onto my YouTube channel as well. So these are the notes that you'll see me build across the video here. You can skip to the timestamps if you want. So some couple of things here. We cover our first game. We covered about a poorly executed dive. We switched perspectives here. This Eve, this was an interesting game here where Eve sort of made a pretty big mistake, and then we switched Elise's perspective, see how he closed out the game, and we ended the review pretty quickly there because he made a pretty big game-losing mistake. Morgana game, just basic fundamentals here in terms of checking bot crab. Again, you'll see this in the actual examples later in the VOD. The fourth game here was a Rumble game. Obviously, Rumble being pretty strong in the meta right now. This was a game about what to do well. This was really, really good game. Well played by the player called Clam. And another one here is a Xin Zhao. We finished off Grandmaster. Sort of going over mindset. And I have an example in here as well of my gameplay of an Elise. The whole mindset of you have to do things early game as an early game jungler. Sort of breaking that invisible narrative down and talking about good decisions and bad decisions. So let me know if this content is helpful. Again, you can skip through the timestamps and look at all these games. There's 5 games in here. So I'll do 5 NA games, and then I'll do 5 EU games, and then we'll try this out. So enjoy the video, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you find this helpful. Pay attention to the decision making here. One thing as well to mention is that obviously we're not here to like break down, like flame these players. Like what we're doing here is I'm trying to show you, even in high elo, there's some basic fundamental errors happening. I make them myself in my games. No one's perfect, but sort of understanding the decision making behind these errors, I think might be helpful for your gameplay no matter what elo you are. Enjoy, guys. We'll see you soon. All right, let's break this one down. So it's a bit of a level 1 kerfuffle. Alright, so the good old Thresh versus Blitzcrank invades. Okay, not much to talk about this. They had a crack, didn't go out, didn't pan out. One thing to note is Rek'Sai is really bad in invade situations. The rest of his team's like, okay. You know, obviously Thresh and stuff, but yeah, Rek'Sai brings nothing to the table. I actually hate invading as Rek'Sai because I feel useless. It's really shit. Alright, so he's starting red. Let's see what his pathing options are. You can actually do as lot as Rek'Sai. I mean, he's versing an Olaf. Olaf, unfortunately, destroys Rek'Sai, especially level 6. So, I think what he would need to do here... Yeah, playing around mid-bot here, I think, is the way to go. Killing Sylas is really easy as Rek'Sai. And we obviously have Thresh to impact. So I think, yeah, play bot side. Let's go up our notepad again. Play bot side's good. Versus Olaf. This is NA Challenger. This guy's name's Shiny WD. And then game plan is to play for bot side of the map. Just completely weak side top, it's fine. Alright, so do we know where the enemy jungler started? Okay. It actually looks like he started red. It was like a bit of a fake leash or whatever. So we actually don't exactly know where the enemy jungler started here, but he did start blue. Obviously we can cheat because we can look at the minimap here, right? Raptors, 'Raptors, 'Wolves. 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 Okay. Good. Rek'Sai's level 4. It's level 3. Not going to win that, Mr. Olaf. Volibear TP's down. Cool. Great start. Alright, next question here is we need to ask, where is Olaf going to go out of base? Answer is going to be most likely topside, because his camps are spawning. He's probably already known he's going to lost his crab. So let's come up here. And as predicted, Olaf went, oh, he's actually coming for the crab. This guy's emotional. Fascinating. All right, so we need to ask, what do we see here? What's the information we're processing here? All right, so we need to go back to all the way here. We know 100% Olaf is topside, right? We know he's level 3. We know we've double crabbed him. Mid's pushed in here. So you got to think here, it's like, well, you could maybe go for the dive here, but we need to expect that Olaf is going to be able to cover this pretty easily. So then you need to think, well, what's the likelihood of this working? I mean, I already don't like the angle that he's approaching from. If he's going to dive this, so there's two options. He's either here to counter gank because he thinks Olaf's going to come walk through here or something like that, or you're going to come through here and then try and dive. But again, we know Olaf is topside, so that's potentially a risk, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's it's not necessary to do this. It's just, what I'll be doing here is just play around bot side. All you need to do here is just do Krugs. Mid's not going to die. Yeah, you could maybe theoretically deny the wave here, but it's fine. Lissandra ideally needs the base. She could have just got a free reset off. Sometimes there's an element here with laners, especially in like Challenger and stuff, is that you guys have like an idea of like doing some sort of dive, and it looks all fancy and like theoretical in the short term, right? It's like, well, big wave coming in, you want to deny the CS, but if you think sometimes bigger picture in the game, it's helpful because you don't need to do this to win the game. He can just do Krugs and then just go straight bot side and just prep Dragon. And there's nothing the enemy team can do because it's got a Vayne Norlis and you got to cast it. You're just so far ahead of Olaf. So this sort of stuff is like end of review literally worthy, you know? So it's just like understanding it's just not necessary to do this. Mainly, if we knew that Olaf was like bot side or doing some other play, this would be fine. And again, the angle that he should approach is from here, right? He should ear over the wall there. It's going to be much more effective than just in here. So it's just a shocking dive. So, yeah, let's just really end the review there. He had an early lead and now he's just lost all tempo of camps and all that sort of stuff. Oh, he added me. Just reviewed your Rek'Sai game on stream. If you want to watch the VOD. 12/7/10. Twitch.tv/Nathan Mott. I will say we ended the review at the dive, at the 4:48 dive. Alright, so let's break this up. So good early lead. Let's say good bot skirmish. Got a lead over Olaf, which is very important because Olaf will destroy you if he gets an early lead. And then the next thing here is poorly executed dive based on we know Olaf is topside, you know, track in 101 and you hit the plant. And then it is not necessary. Okay, so then the next thing here is the angle is bad if you want to dive as Rek'Sai. Face first instead of coming over, you know, like the Wolves wall or whatever. And then number 3 is it's not necessary to win the game. So what your mindset, bigger picture should be is just do your Krugs after bot crab, then reset and play around bot. there you go. Alright, so that was a good game to review, sort of showing unnecessary potential plays. A GGGhost. Alright, so I love playing Eve with aggressive supports. I find that Eve is very difficult to play when you have mage supports. I hate playing with mage supports as Eve so much. It definitely helps things out a little bit. It's definitely not like unwinnable, but like it's I love seeing Nautiluses on my team as Eve. You want to have strong lane. I mean, this is like literally end of review. Like this is the perfect Eve comp. Strong solo laners, AD, you're the only AP on the team. Like, if you get a better Eve game, like this is just like a free game essentially. This is just super ridiculously good draft. So one thing, especially in high elo as Eve, if you hover Eve in champs, like people actually sort of like pick around you sometimes. It's actually pretty good. So let's see what this guy does here. So we're gonna say this is insanely good Eve comp. Like he actually doesn't even really need to do anything to win this game, to be honest. I mean, Elise just can't do anything. He's got like an Akali and a Zoe. Like he can't do anything, unfortunately. So yeah, this is gonna be maybe a quick end of review. Starts red. Path spot. Do we know where Leeson started here? Yep, we know Leeson started red. Again, I always talk about straight ping it. Ping, 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 ping. So let's just say here, get into the habits of pinging where enemy jungle started. Even when you personally know. It's just for your team. It's just, again, prevents autopilot and there's so many like benefits to it. When you personally know enemy jungler started. No, so we know Lee Sin, so we're just going to be just chilling here. Obviously, Lee Sin's probably just going to come kill top here, but we should be pinging that for our Lee Sin, especially around here. So there's no pings going out here for our Renekton. I don't really care if he dies. I mean, yeah. Oh, Lee Sin did a 3-camp gank bot. Well played. Well played. That's actually really good by Lee Sin, actually. That's actually his only option. That's actually really, really smart. It's very good in general to do that. So like, let's say if you red start here and then you you know the enemy jungle, because he knows that Renekton leashed, right? Because his bot lane started in lane. And if he does this and he does that, like Eve can't respond in time to taking these camps. It's sort of like a checkmate. I view it as sort of like a checkmate in League of Legends. Like when you do that as like, you can do that as Rek'Sai, Lee Sin, that works with like all these like strong early aggressive junglers, right? Nunu, I talk a lot about that in my Nunu guide. So that's actually really well played. That's like literally the only play that Lee Sin can make this game. And he just made it. So that's actually really well played by him. And now because now he has the option to potentially invade here as well, right? Alright, so let's try and figure out this skirmish, if this was what's going on here. So Set has... I want to fight this. This is going to be a 3v3. I think this fight's fine. Oh, sorry, it's a 3v4. What am I talking about? Okay, yeah. So this is what we would call fake priority, because I mean, other than that, we know Tristana can't help, right? Zoe, she is I guess, but she still can just rotate to this fight. Norris is still a little bit far away. I mean, this is maybe if they're a little bit more patient, they waited for Norris, they could do this. But yeah, it's definitely not an ideal skirmish. Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, at the end of the day, it is just a 3v4, and Norris wasn't there in time, so 3v4 fights, and Nautilus won't get here in time. And Tristana can't move. Zoe is useful still, with presence, and even though get into the habit of pinging when enemy jungle start, even when you, so 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have won if was more patient. And again, it's really hard to coordinate in solo queue because Set's just like going in there and stuff, and it's a bit of a tricky one, those situations. So yeah, that's best case scenario early game. The fact that Lee Sin still loses this game is, I actually want to review this game more from Lee Sin's perspective. Because it's actually, he's in the driver's seat right now. So now we're going to switch to Lee Sin. We're switching to Lee Sin now. This is more interesting to watch. So he knows that Eve's going topside now. Alright, so he's set on 700 gold. Definitely, this is good. What he's doing here is he's creating an efficient jungle path around playing around bot side dragon. Okay, I wouldn't greed for wolves here. It's not necessary. I need him to be bot side ASAP. He's just wasting time right now. There's nothing for him to get from these wolves. He's not going to get any extra items. And also, he's just hit level 5, right? So there's nothing... He needs to be bot ASAP. Because I just need him to play around dragon. And we actually might see that this could be game losing. This could be massive consequences here. This is super interesting. So let's just type here, switch to Lee Sin perspective. Wasting time going for wolves. Must keep playing around bot side. Actually, he ganked bot and they didn't burn any summoner spells. No. End of review. This is end of review for Lee Sin. I do not care if Akali dies here. He needs to be bot. He's going to be able to win the game through bot. It's fine. Akali still has TP. Because what happens here is, like, we're not going to be able to get enough topside here. You know, it's like... And anyway, Akali's really bad into their team composition anyway as well. She can't kill anyone. She can't one-shot anyone on their team. Akali's an assassin. Who's she going to assassinate on the enemy team? Eve can sort of... Tristana and Eve can sort of self-peel in a way. So this is why it's bad. He just had to play around... The fact that he loses dragon here for showing topside, this is like end of review for Lee Sin. So he just fell over himself. And yeah, you know, it's a free kill and stuff or whatever, but now his bot lane that he helped is dying, and then he loses dragon. End of review. And that's on him. That's his fault. It's his fault that he could have been there, clear these guys up, and then started doing dragon swords to stack. So ganking top was bad for a couple of reasons. Top is end of review for a couple of reasons. One, Akali bad into enemy team comp. 2, your win con is bot side. Start stacking Dragon Soul. 3, showing on top side equals Eve take dragon and your raptors. And you're not going to be able to, again, the same thing as that review that we did earlier, the Kha'Zix one. He's not going to be able to keep killing Renekton over and over again. He can't trade, he has to play bot. It's so essential. Okay? Especially since he already did that great thing early game. So it's so interesting to see, again, these are Challenger Grandmaster players. How sometimes they can fuck up a game so quickly by win cons, by not playing around the right win cons. That's why I love win cons. I love decision making. I love looking at this stuff. So to be honest, Eve, I wouldn't even say won this game. I think that the Lee Sin won this game for Eve by ganking top there. She made it very easy for the Eve. Alright, I think that game makes sense. Let's keep moving through it. See Morgana versus Xin Zhao, and this is NA Grandmaster. And the player we're looking at here is... we're looking at lNCandice. Actually, I don't know if that's actually how you spell it. It could be like an L or something. So let me just copy and paste it. Alright, so what's his win con? So I always don't really know the Lucian Zoe matchup. I think it can go either way, I think it's like a skill matchup. Because obviously Zoe can sort of abuse Lucian's range slightly a little bit. He does have cleanse. Maybe he gets priority early. I don't actually know. I always get confused about that one. Usually Lucian dominates his lane, but I think Zoe might be a little bit of a counter pick, potentially. Alright, pathing towards the Viego Draven lane. Yep, Crunch, I definitely don't want to become famous, so let's get rid of ya. How do I get rid of these guys? Oh, here we go. Whoops. And let's get rid of this guy. Gone. Alright, so what we need to do here is... yeah, I think pathing towards Shen, I do like this with Ignite. He's definitely going to have priority, I believe. Actually, maybe not. So that's pretty good. Okay, so we know he started blue. That's a blue leash. So again, I would be pinging where the enemy jungler started. Ping where enemy jungler started. So we're going to take the Gromp. Yeah, Bolin's just going to get absolutely fucked now because Pyke's going to have, I mean, Senna and Jhin just going to dominate this lane. Okay, so let's think about this one. Was it game losing him? Was it game losing for him to make his bot lane leash? I mean, they're going to get priority anyway, I think, at Jhin Senna, so I don't think it matters that much. I think this is fine. Okay, let's look at this. So we know Xin Zhao started blue. We know he's pathing towards bot side. In a way, this is sort of the same thing that Lisa did that last game. Remember how it was sort of like, again, it's sort of like the checkmate that I call it, because he's not going to really have enough time to react because he's already here. So he can't come in here and take these camps. And to be honest, if he's going to trade sides here, I think this is actually really smart by Morgana. But I don't know if they have the kill threat. That's the thing about this, to kill them. I mean, he's just got to hit the Q, right? Shit. This is an absolute kerfuffle. Okay, they just get 2v3'd. Alright, so let's break this one down. Let's break this one down. He flashes. I think they just don't have the kill threat. I think that's just it. I mean, at the end of the day, you always got to look at this next minion wave coming up. There is a cannon wave coming up here, so he's gonna have to battle with that. Like, I don't think he's gonna get this done quick enough. Yeah, it's sort of like the right idea, but I think Morgana just sort of just sucks in these situations. You know, as these type of champions, it's just so good to just get your level 4. Just do your level 4. Don't overcomplicate the game here. Like, again, there's parts of this I like, but parts of it, it's like, you know, we got a level 2 Draven and Vega. You know, like, even if we Q someone, it's like, I don't even think we kill them anyway. You know? I mean, they did burn all some, so we'll keep looking here, but this is obviously really, really bad. So, So we understand the idea. We know Xin Zhao started blue, so he can't take topside camps. And really the only way that he's going to lose this game is through his bot lane getting absolutely obliterated. And minimizing bot. We know Xin Zhao blue, so I can't take topside camps and minimizing bots. What else am I writing here? Understand it. Yeah, it's just, do we just have 0 kill threat? I think that just could be it. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to look into that. And then we also need to consider the cannon wave coming up. Because I mean, at the end of the day, that's why they die. If there was no wave here, they wouldn't die, right? But this is, cannon waves count as champions in terms of the amount of damage that they can do. It's pretty devastating. So that was technically a 3v3. It actually wasn't a 2v3. I view that as a 3v3. So we're going to look at the next min wave there. Okay, and this is now end of review. So if we think about this right now, he's cancelling his base to go for the crab. And let's just assess this situation, okay? And this is why I seriously think that people really screw up. They don't actually know where the enemy jungler started. Because again, that's why people don't ping it. Because people autopilot. Even though people know that we know that it's easy to see in the review that he started blue, right? But he like, why is he going to this crab? He knows Elise in his bot side. I mean, Xin Zhao's bot side. He has 0 priority. This is the biggest coin flip in League of Legends history. What he might be thinking here is that Xin Zhao came here and did this, but at the end of the day, Xin Zhao hasn't walked through this ward at all. So that could be poor map awareness or something like that. It's a very basic error here. And this is where we're going to end the review for the Morgana here. Very basic error. So no reason to check bot crab. Queen flip, no idea what Xin Zhao is. But I would say that's not even possibly true. Because we do know where Xin Zhao is, because he didn't show topside, he didn't show on that ward. Zhao is, and I'm going to say this is a lie. He never showed top ward. So basic fundamental mistake. End of review. So better plays just reset and go clear top crabs. Top crab and camps. So this was an interesting one. This was definitely a very interesting one. Alright, let's keep moving through our NA Grandmaster Master Tier games. There we go. Problem solved. Alright, let's look at the clam. Clam. What a cool name. Clam. Alright, so we come here and we ward the red. We want to know where the Kha'Zix has started. I personally don't really do these wards, ever. I find it's not necessary to... it's not necessary to know where the enemy jungler started. You know, obviously there's a whole fake leashing and stuff. I mean, I haven't really had a problem with that. I just haven't in my games, you know? Like some games, it's like the only games that like I don't know where the enemy jungler started and like you want to maybe look to a ward like this is against like people that can do leashes like Fiddlesticks and Ivan and that sort of stuff. Because you can usually tell when the enemy jungler started just by looking at, you know, who leashed and who didn't, right? So, you know, I talked about it earlier on the stream. I love this. Wally says people go leashes and fake leash alone in my experience. Yeah, okay. I mean, I review Will's games all the time, and we still know where the enemy jungler started, you know, and we're talking about 1.1k LP plus, right? So, it hasn't really been too much of a problem, to be honest, in his games. Wouldn't it be worth it for Kha'Zix so that you know which buff they are at for level 6 invade? Again, the idea, Kevin, is that we should know where he started based on the leash, right? And Kha'Zix needs a leash. I think Kha'Zix leashless is pretty shit. But again, let's not overthink the shit out of this. Like, this one's still fine. You know, there's no threat. The enemy team is nowhere going to invade a Lucian Braum late invade, so it's all good. It's all good, right? And you know, it's like right now. So again, if we didn't have that ward, we would know without the ward that Kha'Zix started red because Fiora leash for him, right? Like Tristana's in lane, and Fiora's not, right? So even testing my hypothesis here, we're correct. We didn't actually need the ward, right? Because the thing about this is it's not, people think it's like free. I see people lose games from boards like this. You know, it's like because they come here, they stack in, and they get chunked to some crazy level 1 thing happens. I hate that. I hate chaos level 1 early games in my games. My goal in my games in solo queue is I want to create consistency. And consistency equals good early games, right? And like when you do stuff like this, it just throws a spanner in the works. Like you can do this if you like with your team and you got it calculated, you win fights and stuff, right? But I found too often people just blase, just like run in here randomly, so again, like my point here is like this loses me games. It doesn't necessarily win me games. It's like I will lose more games than win games if from that ward. Alright, so we're pathing away from our Lucian Braum and into our Nico. So Nico's definitely going to have priority against Fiora. I don't mind this. I think this is good. This is good. I don't feel like much is actually going to happen bot at all, to be honest. Even though you might think, well, Nathan, it's like a Rel as Braum support. That's actually more of a reason for nothing to happen. You would only want to go here if it's like Lucian Braum versus like Tristana, Yumi or something like that, right? But we know that Kha'Zix started red side, so they're just going to do a nice trade sides of the map here. Which is fine, because Kha'Zix will never be able to kill bot either, so this is fine. If we can come here and even push Fiora off the wave, this is good. So let's note here, pathing top is good. As Nico will have priority, and nothing will happen bot. So this is quite exciting pathing. Okay, so here we go. She's forcing him off the wave. I love this. Skipping crab to force him off the wave. Excellent challenger fundamentals here. Look at that. That's beautiful. Game-winning stuff, guys. Game-winning stuff by Mr. Clam here, okay? So many situations I will see junglers be like, oh, like the autopilot thing is clear, crab, then do something. But what Clam has done here is he has assessed that Fiora is vulnerable. What he wants to do, he's push him off the wave here. Okay, we know, and this is the important thing here, if Kha'Zix started blue, then we couldn't do this. The fact that we started red, we know this is 100% guaranteed play because Kha'Zix is not here, right? So this is excellent. Stuff, no reason to do trab. We know Kha'Zix is bot side. Push Fiora off the wave top. Excellent high percentage play. I'm going to say game winning. So Llama says, I guess that justifies his ward. Yeah, but again, Llama, we did see where we already knew where he started. That's correct, Dale. Isn't it just 3 casters? No, Ray. It's this as well coming up. Yeah? It's a lot. Watch how much we're going to deny here. So he's going to have to TP and then come back here. Alright. I guess it's like not that much. But again, like the pressure here, I mean, look at the CS. 26 to 9. It's massive. It's massive, massive, massive. It's also the experience and gold. The experience he loses as well, you know? So I love this. This gets me excited. This is why I sometimes love reviewing challenger gameplay. Alright, so interesting. So reset and then come down for his Krugs. And this is the great thing about the new patch as well. Is that... like, you could do all this stuff in the early game, and you're not going to get, like, counter juggle on your Krugs and Raptors. You can just come here nicely for this, because they Krugs basically spawned, right? Alright, so, next thing here, we need to think, where is Kha'Zix? Where is Kha'Zix? The answer should be, he should be clearing his top camps, going maybe back to bot. He actually just stayed on the map and just did another full clear up. What did he do here? Yeah, he did. He just stayed on the map. Sorry, did we see him anywhere here? We were so excited about that top play, we've lost track of Kha'Zix. Okay, we saw him on bot crab. Oh, what is this card? Oh, come on. You know what the mindset, the mentality here is that he feels like he has to do something in the early game or something here. Like, let's just assess this. Assess this gank. Let's learn from Kha'Zix here, okay? He gets the crab. He obviously knows Rumble is topside, right? What's the kill threat here? Like let's just pause right now. What is the kill threat on Azir? He shows on the map he gets nothing done. He should just reset and then come and defend his Krugs or something like that. Or maybe he just needs to complete. He can't do anything but. I mean, Kha'Zix is sort of just fucked in the early game here, to be honest. So what I now think about, yeah, so while he says he feels pressure to do something, and that's the mindset here. Kha'Zix feels like, oh no, my top's getting, I have to do something. But this is not a pressure gank. This is, I mean, I guess it sort of is because he can't like push in the wave. But Kha'Zix is just like he's just doing nothing. It's literally nothing he's doing here, you know? Like, he's just showing on the map, it's just nothing's going on here. I mean, it's not even like a chunk. So, yeah, and then he decides to stay on the map and do Krugs. Alright, so this is an interesting thought experiment here. What happens if this might be too theoretical and maybe a 500 IQ play, right? But what happens if he does okay, he actually skipped his Krugs here. What happens if he did red, blue, Gromp, like identified that Rumble started bot side, because we actually know, okay, we actually know that his bot lane leashed. Okay, so look at this. I actually don't even think this is 500 IQ. I think this is actually a very reasonable play to make. Maybe you'd see this in Korean Challenger. But identify that, so he, at the end of the day, his top lane's completely fucked. He's made him leash and stuff like that, right? But we're gonna get nothing done bot. We're never gonna be able to kill a Lucian Braum, okay? Right? We're never gonna be able to dive that, especially with the Rel, okay? So red, blue, Gromp, and then loop up, and then defend the dive top. Is that possible? And that would potentially be a game-winning play, because there's no way in a million years that Rumble would expect Kha'Zix to be that. So it's like, maybe it's like red, blue, Gromp, Wolves, and then come here counter gank top. It's just identifying there's nothing to do bot side. You know? So I think that's an interesting one from Kha'Zix. So let's note down here, Kha'Zix's perspective. Could he counter dive top? Right? And what would happen here, you have to identify there is nothing for him to do bot side. His top lane is going to get hammered and potentially die by Rumble. Remember, this is because we know Rumble started bot from the leash, right? Could be a game-winning play. You got to really think about this and adapt. That's why League of Legends, especially at the highest levels, is all about adaptation. You got to adapt. Alright, so let's go back to Rumble's perspective. Clam is just pumping this Kha'Zix here. Yeah, so that's not to do the Krugs. That's actually important as well. He didn't do the Krugs because Kha'Zix could have just come and defended it. It's fine. So that's good. Just crab, reset, and then go bot side for his Krugs. Wait, did I not say adaptation, Llama? What did I say? Shit, what did I say there? So while he says he maybe set him up to get double crab there, that's potentially true, yeah. But I think it might be it could be a play that's potentially a high percentage. While it's interesting, I love those thought experiments, right? You know, maybe I'm overcomplicating. Maybe it doesn't matter because Fiora's going to hard destroy top anyway, right? I mean, Nico. Alright, so what happens here? So again, sorry, we lost track here because we're thinking about where Kha'Zix was. So Clam comes down here. He goes down to bot side. Okay, we see... Oh, that's a beautiful... Look at that control ward. Whose ward was that? It's amazing information. Fascinating. I wonder what this control ward's about. He's just trying to find him, check the Gromp. Huh. I mean, obviously that's just the controllers that are going to get killed. But that controller might give away enough information that it's like potentially worth it. I mean, 70 gold, 5 gold, 75 gold, right? But this is sort of why he's just hanging around here. So this is good. And the Rumble's obviously just doing massive amounts of damage. Come on, Kha'Zix. You can't do anything here. Get out of here. Oh my god. Look at that movement, by the way, by Clam. He's like just on the edge of Tarago. Really good mechanics. So you see this? Look at that. He's out of range by literally a centimeter here. Okay, and he's just hovering. He's just waiting. He's just waiting. And then this guy tanks. Look at that. That's brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. I mean, the game's pretty much over. Yeah, I mean that's end of roof for Kha'Zix. Let's just take a look at some more. So he resets, and then he goes straight topside. Really important to note here. Again, I see so many times in League of Legends, even though, you know, he's still got 1,000 gold, it is something. But too often what I see here is people will do Dragon or something right now. Or what they'll do is they'll come here, and then they'll do these camps. It's completely not necessary. He's going to lose massive amounts of tempo. And I think, actually, can Rumble solo Dragons? I actually don't know about that. Maybe that could be a reason. But either way, whether he can or he can't, he should never do Dragon in this situation. He's already got a massive lead. You know, going back to that earlier review, the Rek'Sai one, doing unnecessary things to win the game. He's already won the game. He doesn't need to risk losing tempo on Dragon here. Just go top, and because what he wants to do here is, think about it, where's Kha'Zix going to go out of base? If he goes topside and he does Dragon here, he could lose his camps and maybe Nico dies. Probably not, but like, you want to make sure you're limiting Kha'Zix's options, because Kha'Zix has 0 options at this point in the game. But if he does Dragon, he gives Kha'Zix options. Because it takes too long to do Dragon. You're going to lose 30 seconds, plus by the time you base, you're going to lose HP. Here's no pots. Again, I don't think he can do Dragon anyway. But really important to note here that doing Dragon here would literally lose him the game. Well, it would not be good. So really good reset. Reset him with his team. Reset him with your team's always really good. So it might like look simple, but like, I mean, I've done thousands and thousands of reviews. So many people who do Dragon here, okay? Very good decision to not do Dragon. This is what you call, I say, keep up tempo. And go topside. Bot lane needs the base. It's just all around just a beautiful decision making. And this stuff wins you games, like just straight up. Like, I love these type of decisions. It's like, Nathan, it's just a reset. How's that winning you a game? I need to get kills to win a game. It's like, no, this resetting wins you games, the League of Legends. And look at this, beautiful. Come up here. He's going to be able to get top crab here as well. We get level 6. Ooh, he doesn't even go for the... He just skips the crab and just goes straight to defend his bot camps. Why does he do this? Oh, he was going to the crab, and then he's like, fuck it, I'm going straight here because of the ward. Okay, that's just a really good ward. I wonder if he would have still done this if he didn't see him on the ward. Probably not. Maybe still. Maybe still so. Maybe not. Hard to say, actually. That's why I always say Vision wins games. I love Vision in League of Legends. Alright, so then now the next question is why is he skipping his red, right? So he sort of fucks up the whole red thing, and the reason is that he wants to come and contest. He wants to keep contesting Kha'Zix. Don't give him any room to breathe. This is what challenger players do very well. So what he's doing here is like, again, like the autopilot thing is like, well, I've got to do my camp job. Or maybe he'll be thinking about doing Dragon. But the philosophy here is, and again, we talked about this again earlier in the stream, is that when you're ahead, don't let the enemy jungler get anything. Keep getting into their face. He could technically get Dragon here, but why not get into his face? Punish the Kha'Zix for losing tempo of showing on the map and trying to go for his spot camps. Get into his face topside. We know he hasn't done red buff. So again, another excellent decision. Putting the pressure on Kha'Zix. We're the stronger jungler here. Excellent decision to not waste time bot side and go straight into Kha'Zix's face. We are the principle we follow here. And this is tracking as well, right? The principle we follow here is get in enemy jungler's face when ahead. Do not give him room to get back into the game. Keep on the pressure. Right, so he's coming here, fends off, and and the thing here, he has priority mid and top. Maybe you can't do this, you know, but like he's got like 3 winning lanes at this point. It's just beautiful. Alright, so he goes straight top. Alright, so interesting. The next thing here is that Clam actually might have made a bit of a mistake here. Should he have gone straight to his red buff here instead of doing the crab? Because again, we don't need to do this crab. And look, we would have killed Kha'Zix here, wouldn't we? This is actually a mistake. He should be coming to the red here. I think Clam is actually put the foot off the gas, you could say. Should have skipped crab and gone straight to red. And again, is it reasonable to know that he hasn't done red? Yeah, we know he hasn't done red because look, he shows here. Okay. Oh, sorry, I guess maybe... Oh no, he's still here. We still Kha'Zix. We saw Kha'Zix. We saw Kha'Zix. Yeah, we definitely have time to go check the red. 100%. Get into his face. We definitely have the time here. So that's a mistake by Clam. Kha'Zix has eat over the wall. Alright, let's go into the Kha'Zix's mistake here. I mean, let's just look at Kha'Zix's vision. And this is sometimes hard to do, but you've got to adapt here. You simply can't do anything here as Kha'Zix. So you have 2 options here. You're either going to defend your topside jungle, or you're going to need to concede it, right? Look at Azir's movement. I mean, maybe he doesn't know Rumbles here. But the fact that he's E'ing over the wall here is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, wait, sorry, he E's onto Azir. Oh, my bad. Okay, he just doesn't know Rumbles here. So I guess this is sort of role played to Rumble here, but... Yeah, maybe an option here is he needs to concede all this and just go... Because, actually, no, this is a mistake from Kha'Zix. I mean, let's just think about this here. Rumble has not showed bot side at all here. He must be top side, you know? You got to have the gut feeling that he's top side at this point, right? So, I think this is a mistake from Kha'Zix. He should have identified. He should have just gone bot side here. He's just got to concede everything here. Like, I mean, Gwen doesn't have TP. It's a 2v3. Maybe he just needs to, yeah, he needs to concede this and just go bot side and try and make a play happen. Go take his red. I mean, Kha'Zix is I think he's just fucked it either way, to be honest. So, but Clam's doing a good job here to put the pressure on him. Beautiful. Look at this. Clinical. Gwen's just sitting mid. She has no TP. Gwen comes top side here now. You're not going to do much here, I don't think, Gwen. Oh my god, never mind, dude. This champion is insane. Obviously, I don't know the limits of that champion. So I guess this is a mistake from Mr. Clan then. We're underestimating the ult. Holy moly. Alright, so I guess underestimating the damage from Gwen. We just gave away free triple kill. Free triple kill and momentum of the game. Alright, so now Kha'Zix is... What are you doing, Kai? I didn't try and take the Herald. Yeah, taking Herald would have been potentially a little bit Greedy there, a bit coin flippy. Alright, so blue Grom gives blue to Azir. Good move. Go on top again. He's just playing around top side. I like it. Just keep playing around Nico. Just keep killing Fiora. So this is very good. Very good. Continuing to play around top side. We don't need this dragon. Don't care about this dragon. Just get Rift Herald and close out this game. So the idea, so this is the way you think about this Herald now, guys, is that we don't want to Herald top. We want to be using Herald either mid or bot. Mid's going to probably be hard because we've just given this Gwen a 3-0. Bot's on 4 plates. So the theory here is we break top tower, and then with Nico, we guys literally just can like 4-5 man, just brute force bot. Because what you want to do here is you want to keep Nico in lane as long as possible because he keeps denying CS from Fiora. Which is very good. Very, very good for Nico, right? So this is really, so we don't want to break top tower with Rift Herald. And we have plenty of time to figure it out as well, right? You know, top's on 1 play. Top's going to die naturally. So he should be, yep, so he's coming here to kill Fiora again. Please don't drop Herald. Great. Good. He's just helping assist, get the tower, reset bot. Nice. Straight bot side. Nico, come bot side. Kha'Zix is doing a good job here to try and defend bot camps. Alright, so let's break this one down. Okay, so Azir has just been chunked. Kha'Zix is dead. This is potentially a 3 versus 3 bot. Rumble has no ult. Azir needs the base. Azir does not have TP. Yeah, that's just a good engagement. That's just a good roam from Gwen. But Nico comes down here and they just clean up. Yeah, so that's sort of just well played to the enemy team. I sort of see the idea of what Clam was doing there. If we kill bot there, we just would have broken tower. And that's the shit thing about dying with Herald here as a jungler, is you can't break this tower, right? So Clam just comes here, he takes his top camps, looks to Herald mid. I love this Herald mid here. I think this is the best thing to do at this point. At the end of the day, bot's going to die naturally here. The only thing you would do here is Herald. I maybe want to get Herald a little bit, mid tower a little bit lower HP to utilize the true damage. Because the lower the tower gets, the lower the tower gets, the harder it is to kill from auto attack. So you want to keep the Herald for as long as possible to use it for true damage. But I think that it's going to be hard to break this. I think this is our only opportunity here. Anyway, I'm happy with this Herald. This Herald's fine. So Ray says Gwen also faked her movement. She walked mid while they had vision. That's excellent stuff, Ray. That's great challenger level stuff by the Gwen. So so good Herald mid, bot and top. Dead. This is probably only opportunity to get plates mid. I think Retail's going to expire actually as well. So yeah, this is good. This is good. Alright, well, we are 8k odd ahead of 13 minutes. I think that's pretty the wrap for this review. Clam did some really good stuff here. Maybe made a little bit of a mistake on the red. We should have gone for the red instead of the crab. And also underestimating Gwen. I sort of underestimated Gwen as well, to be honest. So there you go. Alright, called Fake Smiles. Alright, so what should his win con be this game? Blitzcrank into a Viega and Ari. I think we should definitely be pathing bot early here. Yep, red start pathing bot. I think pathing bot is definitely play around bot. Bot is win con. Especially if we can burn Ari's flash earlier or Vega's, it's going to be exceptional for us. Alright, do we know where the enemy jungler started here? Always the question we need to ask. Yep, that's a top leash. So we should ping where enemy jungler started. You know, obviously no one's going to be doing this because this is just a my thing, but I'm just going to always repeat it. Ping where enemy jungler started. Ping where enemy jungler started. It's so much beautiful information. He might probably already knows, but it's just get into the habit of it. Pinging it for your team. Okay. Blitzcrank. Pinged it for them. Support's carrying this game. This Blitzcrank should be a jungler. And if you are a support, actually, it's I sort of mean that a little bit, but support players must know the jungle role really well and understand tracking. It's really important, and know how to play with their jungler. The higher elo you are as a support, I feel the better you know how to play with your jungler. I review a lot of. I have one of my coaching clients, Will. He's no invade, please. He's like 1k LP on NA. And he plays with Core JJ a lot. And Core JJ does an excellent job of playing with him all the time. He just knows how to play with junglers. And that's why Core JJ is always top of solo queue, I think. He's one of his fundamentals. He just understands the game. He understands when to pressure the enemy jungler. He understands how to play with his jungler. He knows when to roam for Herald at like 8 minutes. It's really beautiful stuff. I love supports that that are just good at the game, playing with the jungler. I think that's what makes a good support. All right, excellent. Executing win condition perfectly. So this is a good game. He's played well to his win con early game. How does he lose this game? This is going to be a good question. All right, so remember, we know Viego is bot side, so we need to be a little bit careful here. All right, so we need to be careful. So one thing you could be doing here is identifying whether we can get crab or not. Okay, this is actually really important. This is going to be the game, I think. I think this is where he loses the game. Shit, it's frozen. God damn it. Just going to get into the meat of the review. Alright, we got to Alt F4 this. Okay, let's get back into it. Sometimes when you click the buttons too much in the review, I mean the LOL client thing, it sort of stuffs up. Alright, let's get back to that moment. Alright, so let's go back to here. Alright, so Xin Zhao needs to make a decision. So let's look at all the information we have here. So let's go back to this gank here. Cool. Alright, so obviously he's half HP. He should know Viego is bot side because he got leash top, right? His mid lane is getting hard pressured here. He is going to he's going to have 0 mid priority here. Again, he knows Viego's bot side. Xin Zhao has showed on the map. And what I like to call this is called a vision advantage. So Viego knows specifically where Xin Zhao is and the jungle route he's done. But he doesn't necessarily... He knows Viego's around the vicinity of bot side, but he doesn't know exactly where he is. So the only way he's going to get this crab is if his bot lane comes and helps. Okay? How's his bot lane going to come and help? He needs to help push in the next wave. So there's two options here. He's either conceding this crab, resetting and going topside, or he's helping his bot lane push in this wave and then coming to take the crab. So let's say the way it plays out. So you see how he doesn't help push the wave in at all here? And this is fine. I don't think he really needs to because his bot lane I don't think necessarily needs the base. No, he should help crush the wave. He should help crush the wave here and then let his bot lane reset. Okay? Let's say that. Sorry, reset or help with crab. Maybe you just concede the crab because Rumble's thing. Help bot push wave. Then help on crab. Because he can't get this because Rumble has full priority here and Viego's here and he's half health. And Viego knows that Xin Zhao's coming to this crab. We know that for a fact. So we're just wasting time. And now what's happened, this is the thing that's fucked his bot lane so hard now. His bot lane is now late to base. And then all that advantage they now got early game is slightly gone, essentially. So it's just indecisiveness, and he's not playing with his bot lane. One of the biggest things that helped me get to Challenger this season was understanding what my laners want to do. Putting yourself in their shoes. Okay, so again, he's got to identify, do they want to reset, and is he going to help them contest the crab? Is it worth it for them to contest the crab? Because at the end of the day, it's completely fine to just reset and then just come and maybe top. Maybe he actually gets double crabbed here. That's just a reality of the situation potentially as well. But the point here is that he's got to put himself in the shoes of his bot lane. Hop on crab or let them reset and concede the crab. You know, this is all because of, we know Viego's bot side and Galio, and no mid priority. Actually, I guess Galio does have TP, so he can maybe come help, but the wave was too big, I think, at that time, so I don't think that's possible. Really important, crabs. First crabs, it's literally an art form. Like, first crab, I see so many reviews when I do reviews, people like lose games at their first crabs. If you just assess all the information at play, what do your laners want to do? Where's the enemy jungler? Can I contest? Did I give a free information advantage to the enemy team? Your crabs, you should never lose games on crabs. Like, I rarely lose games on crabs. You know, it's really important to get that down. I feel like if people just had better understanding of what's all the factors at play at the first crab, you're going to be so much better off in your games and win more games and get that consistency going so you can climb the solo queue ladder. All right, so he wants to come and now take the crab, but he gets double crabbed here. All right, this is the typical Xin Zhao right now. He's trying to do so much in the map. Oh, he's level 3. Okay, this is a thing in League of Legends, guys, as well. Levels, you get base stats when you level up, right? If you're level 3 into a level 5 champion, no matter what champion you're playing, you could be the strongest champion in League of Legends versus the weakest champ. You literally do no damage. You're useless without items. You cannot kill people. As Ballistic Pengu says here, okay, around 500 gold per level. So there's 0 kill threat on this Rumble. 0 kill threat. 0. I can't emphasize this enough, okay? The amount, it's like, I mean, everyone's done this. I'm sure everyone has like tried to like gank a level 5 champion with no items as well as being maybe it's like level 4 to level 5 or a level 4 to level 6 champ. You're like, why do I do no damage? It's because of the base stats. They're too high. So this is shocking. And again, what I'm seeing with Xin Zhao right now, his mindset is like, I gotta do things early game. This probably works for him a lot of games, but there's some games here that he just loses the game instantly from stuff like this, you know? And now he's just trying to force on mid. I mean, what are we doing here, guys? I mean, end of review. Stop trying to force. It's not, I don't even care about that death there. It's not even about that death. It's about that whole decision to even go mid. Like, what he should be doing here, what I would be doing is, your mindset should be, how do I punish Viego flash? How do I punish Viego flash? He should just come here. He lost all the crabs. Just take his raptors, take his krugs, and the reset and bot. He's fallen too far behind, right? I mean, he's completely fucked here, because if he goes top side, he's not doing anything to impact the map. And if he goes bot side, his camps aren't really up. They're going to be up soon, I guess. But he's not. He's just been so inefficient. I mean, the game's over, right? You can. So even though not optimal early game, I wouldn't even say not optimal early game, because he did play around his win con. He did kill them early, right? So I'm trying to force things as Xin Zhao. You have 0 kill threats on a level 5 Rumble as a level 3 Xin Zhao with no items. Better decision is to just take Raptors plus Krugs, then reset and keep playing around bot and punish Vega flash. Right? And play around dragons. You know, instead he just dies mid. Instead he dies mid because overcomplicating the game. And this is a mindset I always struggle with early game junglers, is that just because you're an early game jungler doesn't have to mean that you have to do things. At the end of the day, you can do things or you can't do things in League of Legends. Obviously, early game junglers have more opportunities, but if you get into the mindset where you have to do things, you're going to force things and you're going to lose games instantly. Actually, I think I have an excellent example for you guys. So we're going to end the review there for that. End the review for that. But here's an excellent example. I played a game the other day. To be fair, this game was in Diamond 1, so this isn't super high elo, but the premise should still count. This is going to be a really good lesson for you guys. Bear with me. Where is it? Is it this one? No, it wasn't this one. Shit, did I delete it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Let's just review. We've reviewed a lot of other people's gameplay. Let's review our gameplay now. Sort of as a lesson. So this is sort of like is it a sequel? Is it a sequel before or after, or a prequel? No, this is a sequel. This is a sequel to the Xin Zhao game, okay? All right, so how do I full screen here? Actually, I don't want full screen. Let's get out of this. Oh, here we go. All right, so I started the recording a little late, so I didn't be tabbing, but I always tab. I just sit here and hold tab. I just want to show you guys the team compositions. All right, here we go. Tab. All right. To be fair, I am versus Yone jungle, so that's a little bit uncharacteristic. But look at the enemy team composition, okay? Look at how hard they outscale us. Does everyone agree that we get hard outscaled here, or am I delusional here? Lulu, Ezreal, Ryze, GP against a Wukong, Samira, Nami, and I'm Elise, right? Kevin says, can you imagine the game like a fragile bot? You need to open it, and the faster the better. But if you try to force it open, you'll break it. That's right. That's good. I like that. I like that analogy. All right, anyway, so we get hard outscale this game, right? And so my initial idea is I want to try and I wanted to path, I thought it was Wukong. I thought Ryze was top or something like that. I don't actually know what I was thinking, but I was like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to do anything bot. All right, here we go. Ark says, that we get outscaled. Okay, so we can't do anything bot lane. Okay, I have a Nami Samira versus a Lulu Ezreal. Do we agree we can't do anything bot? So I want to try and do something top, or try and get an enemy jungler's face. Alright, so I path towards top side, and then I'll be looking top in a moment here. Okay, so I'm looking at lanes. I look at top, I believe. I look at mid. Come on, let's look at top, Nathan. I think I must have looked at top earlier. But basically, I knew that top wave was too big and it was impossible to gank. That's sort of the gist here. Oh, wait. Do I also know where the enemy jungler started here? I should have pinged that. Hopefully I did. Oh, shit. The mini-map. Yep. My bad, guys. My bad. Let's move this. Alright, so I know the enemy jungler got leashed topside because GP was obviously late to lane there. Alright, so we come here and I basically identified that top's not gankable, so I just looped down to bot. Like I think that the wave is stacked too big. Oh yeah, look, my Rammus is on 4 CS and my GP is on, and the GP is on 15. If I go top there, we'll just get killed, right? So I'm coming down here, and we have 0 kill threat as a Rammus, level 2, right? We have 0 kill threat. I don't think he's leveled up his Q or E or whatever, right? So I come mid. Alright, there's no kill threat mid here either. He's full HP. Actually, no, this was a mistake. What I should have done here is I should have just flashed on him and trade flashes here to give me some sort of threat. This was the mistake. I could have actually created some pressure here, but I held flash. I should have traded flashes with Ryze to pressure him here. This is actually really bad. This is actually what I would call an end review, because I have 0 pressure points this game now. So I have to concede bot crab because I obviously show on the map and I know the enemy jungler started red. So I conceded bot crab. I'm looping up to top. And this is so important as well. Like, think about how many junglers right now, and I would have seen this in so many other reviews, is that So people just go into bot crap, but I can't. I've face checked on the map. I can't. I know that Yone started top side. Okay, so I loop up top. I get the top crab. I'm looking at top. I go top, and then I was like, I know that top's warded right now. I have 0 kill threat top, so I just reset, and then I just come defend bot side. And yeah, as Philip says, that crab was bad because no bot pro. Right, so I've done nothing early game right now. I just wanted you guys to assess the map state as well. Let's look at my laners. Right, let's look at my laners here, guys. Look at the CS. I literally get outscaled. I've done nothing early game, and look at the laners, my CS and my laners. So in theory, there's no way it's impossible to win this game, right? Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking at how I adapt, right? How I adapt here. All right, so I'm coming to try and do something bot here. All I'm doing here is just clearing vision. There's no gank threat here. The enemy bot lane has all summoners up, so I can't force this. All right, now we're looking for a play mid. Okay, maybe let's go mid. Me and Rammus. Let's go Rammus. He backs off because he has no wave to go to contest anymore, so we just run away. Not gankable. They try and force mid. They do nothing mid. There's nothing for us to do there. So Rammus is sort of... Because Rammus's wave is screwed right now. And I was trying to help him fix his wave, but Rammus is just ditching his wave at this point, which is just hilarious. So I'm like, fuck, alright. Reset. Come down bot side. Now I'm just doing my camps again. And remember, everyone has summoners up at this point as well. So, like, my kill threat is just so low on everyone. And I don't have really any follow-up. Like, Rammus isn't going to be able to run on anyone. I guess Wukong ult I could potentially use. Let's assess the map state again as well here. So, I see Yone there. Whoops. Alright. 65. Look at my top lane. Look at the CS. Look, 3 losing lanes. Everyone has thumbs up. Can't do anything early game. But there's so many situations in this game where I could have lost this game faster for myself. But I'm still getting strong. I'm still keeping up with CS with the Yone, right? Alright, so this was actually really big. This was game winning. Okay, notice here how I don't start my Raptors, by the way. You see how I go straight? Because I know that Yone is going to try and punish this wave. So I run straight here. And this was actually really big. They still die, but I get first blood there, which is awesome. That's really cool, right? All right, so I come mid here. I look to try and make a play, but he's just gone. No, Yone jungle is not a thing. It was just like a weird thing this guy picked this game. All right, so now I'm like looking at bot. Even though my top camps are up, you see how important it is, guys, to have map awareness and me looking at bot? I could have easily just autopiloting onto my top camps here. But I see my bot lane's full HP and the enemy bot lane's fighting and they're low HP. I got to go and punish this. Go and punish this. Let's go. Right? Yone's top side. Excellent. There's no counterplay. And then I decide to start Dragon here because... why do I start Dragon instead of diving bot? This is actually a good point here, guys. Maybe this is a mistake. Lulu level 6. Yeah, I think it's just because they have all sums up. Actually, I don't even know. Maybe I don't know their sums. Fuck, I don't know, actually. Well, they can't push in the wave fast enough. I think that might be it as well. I think that I'm just not feeling the wave push. Alright, anyways. I get Dragon here. Okay, now I come to dive. Remember, I know Yone's here. And GP has... Oh, yeah, GP ult and stuff and TP. I just remember it just didn't feel good. And then I wait for my... Oh, okay. This is what it is. It's because Rise here, I'm waiting for Wukong to have move. Using Dragon as that time. Again, I know Yone is top. And you see how I make a play with my Wukong? We come down together. I'm utilizing my mid laner to come here and make a dive bot, right? I missed the cocoon there. That's a pretty bad mechanical mistake. And then I kill bot. Great. Excellent. He jumps in. We kill, deny a huge wave, run for our lives. Cool. All right, so again, let's just assess the map sway. So at this point, I have 100% kill participation. 86 CS to 39, 90 to 50. Okay, hard out. Remember, we get hard out scale, guys. All right, so I come straight top here. There's a good control in that bush. We just force this. I wait for the Yeah, we kill. All right, anyways, I kill top there. All right, I'm just trying to bait this. This is actually a pretty good bait. Wukong's collapsing, so I'm like, okay, maybe we can do something here. I just chunk. And then we just go straight onto these guys. I pop my potions, and then we kill them. Kill, kill, kill. Great, we've got another aspect. I've sort of made an aggressive play here. Okay, so again, opportunities are presenting themselves, guys. Just because we're getting outscaled and stuff, I could have easily, again, forced things, but you see how opportunities are presenting themselves? I take Herald. Reset. Don't do my top camps. Okay, this is actually really important. You see how I could have easily gone on to just clear my top camps here? Going back to some of the other reviews we did earlier as well. Let's go straight bot. I want to defend my bot. I have 2,100 gold in inventory. If I did... And right now, the only thing for me to do here is to break bot tower with Rift Herald. That's like the mini game I'm playing in my head right now. Break bot tower with Rift. So if I did my top camps here, this would be like end of review. And I have Night Harvester, right? Straight bot here, do my red buff, and then look to pressure bot, but he backs off. Yeah, PTA on Elise. I really like PTA as Elise. I think it's really good. Alright, so I'm coming here just to pressure. Pressure rise, pressure rise. I probably should have saved my cocoon instead of repelling in there. But whatever. Anyway, the point here is that could have maybe been a kill. That could have maybe been a kill, guys. But if I did Gromp and Wolves, I wouldn't have been here in time, would I? Right? So really important. So now I'm just pressuring bot. Hard pressuring. Coming here to break bot tower. I have to Herald here because plates are about to break. It's 1350. And then we come here. Kill, kill, kill. Pressure dragon. Throw a Q there. And we just back out. And then we just do dragon. Alright. We do dragon. And they're overextending mid. So we run straight mid. Straight mid. Then we're looking up to just pressure mid, setting up a dive. But nothing happens there. Just back off. Just do my Raptors, reset. Get my Seeker's Arm Guard. Maybe I should have gone stopwatch, but I wanted like damage here. I mean, probably should have gone the CDR thing as well. I don't know, actually. I don't even know how to fuck to build Elise. Well, you gotta help me out there. What should I have? What should I have bought with 1,000 gold here? This base. So I come straight bot here. Defend bot. We get a TP that comes down. Yeah, stopwatch. Yeah, I guess a stopwatch. Probably shouldn't be dying here. Or Codex. Yeah, I think Seeker's Arm Guard's pretty dumb. Alright, so we obviously make it a play on here. I have to flash and run away here. So this was actually... We got a TP, so it's something. This is still something. This is small wins, right? We are... Rammus is getting free fun. He's slowly catching up topside. Alright, so I reset. Come here. Alright, see free kill top. Come here. Kill top. Cool. Come mid. Action happening mid. Get in this form. Throw a cocoon. Just jump on their heads. Look how much damage I'm doing here, guys. This is insane. Alright, so we're just playing around Dragon Soul. That's the next... Obviously, I'm coming bot side. My mindset right now, guys, is I want to go bot side to set up for Dragon. So let's go back here again. So, bot side. Here, set up Dragon. We get the crab. Okay, next thing here is that if you want mid priority, obviously it's going to be hard for us to get mid priority here because they have tier 1 tower and we don't. But this control wood is the #1 key to success. And I'm looking for picks. I'm just sort of just sitting here waiting for someone to maybe misstep or try and ward this bush or something like that, right? So just chilling, waiting for Samira to push mid. The conversation was actually to give, but for some reason, they actually made a mistake here. I actually was pretty iffy about this play. I thought we might have to concede this. But for some reason, Yone takes Rift Herald, and we're just getting our 3rd dragon here. I think they might have been scared to face check that or something like that, or they had bad base times or something like that. So that was actually a bit of a mistake by them. It's like a diamond mistake. People like fucking up their resets and stuff. So we come here. All right, so now I'm just mindset mid priority, and we want to control top side now. So you see how originally my ward was here? That's because I wanted to control bot side. And now I've switched my ward here because now I want to control top side because Baron's the next objective, right? We don't need to be bot side anymore. So I'm now with my Nami controlling top side. They make a bit of a greedy play here. Rise, they're just panicking. Because what's happening in their chat right now, this is sometimes you can use to your advantage. This is why I'm never afraid of a scaling team. Because people keep saying, we scale, guys. It's all right, guys. We scale. Right? But they're actually just falling over themselves. And again, the biggest thing here I want to emphasize is that there have been many opportunities presented me this game. Mostly because of my proactivity, potentially. But I could have easily lost this game and forced this game again. Alright, so I don't know why Ramos just suicided jump over the wall there. I actually fuck up the smite. That's actually potentially game losing. Got pretty lucky there. But I think it was the right move to start the dragon. Alright, so coming down bot. We have Baron. So now you're going to ask, okay, well, why are we bot side, Nathan? Because now the next objective is dragon. So we want to be around bot side as much as we can and setting up vision. We're just going to, the mindset right now is push, control. Push, control. Dragon soul, right? This is actually really bad. I actually broke my own rule here. I should have got 2 controlled instead of an amp tome. I'm pretty pissed off that I did this. But I guess my mindset was that I'm really far ahead. We should just get more damage. But 2 controllers is way more important in this game. So I don't know why. I even knew, I was like, fuck, why did I do that? So coming here, getting crab. Push mid. See how I'm just pushing mid? Push mid. Mid priority, then move. Control. Mid priority, move. Okay, I'm just looking for picks. I sort of get pincered here a little bit. Just need to wait for my Wukong. Don't need to do anything fancy. Okay, they're pushing. They have mid priority right now, so we need to thing. Rammus just absolutely pops off here. And so Rammus actually does a good job here as well, guys. Let's talk about the Rammus here as well. Kill them. Take the... Now we have Mountain Soul. And now you see how, again, my mindset is now is control top side. Because now Baron's the next objective. You see how Baron's on 2 minutes? So it's like Dragon's off, now top side control. So now my mindset is push mid, push, control. Super simple. When you have this mindset, playing League of Legends as a jungler, you almost never autopilot. Like, you can't autopilot because you're always thinking about, where do I control next side of the map? Where do I control next side of the map? And I'm always pressuring the enemy jungler. I was thinking about control warding this bush, and then I wasn't thinking about it too much because I'm like, well, we're so far ahead. But I am sort of just like waiting. I don't need to control that bush just yet. I might do it later. We'll see how we go. But I'm sort of just saving my vision right now because I want to sort of wait for Wukong to get pressure bot before I really commit to like placing my walls or sweeping, because they can just clear it if they wanted to. That's also my mindset with vision here as well. All right, straight back mid priority. Notice how right now, guys, how I'm going to mid before the wave crashes. Because what I'm doing here is I'm thinking, so what we're doing here, this is what I call the magnet concept, is I'm dragging everyone topside here. And then what we're going to do here is then we're going to go mid, because what's we're going to do here is that because we're topside, the enemy team thinks we're going to siege top tower. But instead, we're just going straight top. And the way that it works in mid game is a person who's first mid late game, the person who gets the mid wave first has control over the game. Mid priority, again, is the one key to success. But what I see too many in reviews, especially in Platinum and Diamond, is that people forget that the next mid wave is crashing. And they get here, they're like, oh, mid waves, minions are there, now I got to go there. But I want to go there before they get there. So you see how I'm instantly pinging it? I'm going, go. Come on, guys. And then that allows us to get full control of this now. The positive benefits to getting mid priority is out of this world, guys. It's insane. So we're coming here. Mid priority again. Set up. Let Wukong push top. Control. Mid priority. You see again? I'm just going mid again. So Ark says, what could go wrong when constantly getting mid priority? When you're ahead, almost nothing can really go wrong, like we are here, because you're the one in the driver's seat. Because the enemy team can't contest you, right? Especially if you get control of this bush, because they can never walk through here, which is really important. The only way to counter mid priority is like getting mid priority first is like, let's say like they know you're going to be on the wave and like they have like an engage comp and they can just kill you. But the enemy team actually doesn't have an engage comp Ark, so there's almost zero way for the enemy team to get priority against us. They're not going to be able to engage on anyone, right? I wouldn't really call Yone as engage, because that's really the only counterplay. Alright, this is actually a pretty dumb Baron. Why are we Baroning here? What's going on here? We should push the next mid wave again. Fuck. Okay, this is pretty bad. I don't like this. We should put mid priority first. I think we do play for the fight, but what we should be doing again is pushing mid and then pushing top and then controlling this. This is actually pretty dumb. I think our mindset was to turn. I don't know. I think we wanted to force a fight, but it's not necessary. That's the point. So this was actually pretty sloppy. Anyway, we essentially just win the game here. I missed my cocoon. I play like pretty shit this fight, but we just like kill everyone here. We take Baron, and then we just go bot side to prep for Elder. Remember, mindset now is we just put Baron. Now we go bot side for control. We go bot side now. Clearing vision. Clearing vision. Alright, this was actually a game-winning play. Okay, here we go, Ark. This is a good example right here. The enemy team I know is going to try and get mid-priority. Okay, right? So what I do here is I'm going to try and catch him on the wave. And then what I see Rise. I want to see Rise. I'm like, alright, bam. He dodges my cocoon. I dodge the Everfrost thing. And then we win the game there. But you see what Rise did there is that Rise was trying to like force the mid-priority so they could get Elder. They could contest us on Elder, but then I caught him there. I caught him off guard there. But again, remember my mindset here, guys, is that I'm trying to be here before the wave crashes, not as like. Imagine if I just sat here and then the enemy team pushed that and then they came into here. We're fucked. We actually probably would have lost Elder there. And again, the enemy team can easily still win a fight here. But again, guys, look at the early game that we had, and I still ended up this game with 0 deaths, 200 CS. I was very efficient. I waited for opportunities to present myself. Just because I'm playing an early game champion and I get hard outscaled here, I could have easily lost this game for my team many times by forcing, right? And that's, again, not what the Xin Zhao did in our previous review here. Again, this was the sequel to that review. So, I thought this was an excellent example, an excellent game to show that it's really important. So what is force to be precise? I would say forcing, my definition of forcing would be... my definition of forcing would be making a play that's low percentage. So it's like if they have all summoner spells up, it's just like make it not a high percentage play. It's like, again, I didn't gank a lot this game because everyone had all summoner spells up and I had 0 kill threat on all my laners. Right, Wukong, not really ult. This guy had flash. He has phase rush as well. Phase rush Rise is hard to kill. Nami, Lulu, and then Rammus, he can just eat the taunt. But obviously, GP was sort of like my only like weak point this game because he would orange the taunt and then I would like cocoon and like after it, right? So yeah, like forcing is just like taking low percentage plays. And when I say it's like what's the opposite of forcing? Just not forcing, and that's like taking high percentage, very calculated plays, and having all information presented to you at a time. I understood everything that was at play this game. There's nothing that took me by surprise, not one single thing. And that's the difference. At the end of the day, that's the difference between a challenger player and a platinum player or a diamond player, or even a low master tier player, is that they're missing too much pieces of information, and that comes through F keys, through map awareness. And it also comes from muscle memory, because it's hard to do. There's so much information going on in League of Legends. It's hard to really have it all stored in your head and be able to make the really quick decisions. And that's going to come from practice, right? But I see too often people just autopilot solo queue. You know, they play 10 game blocks a day. And this is what Curtis and I talk about in the Broker by Concept podcast all the time. 3 blocks, intensity. Because I still will fuck up a game by not having information because I don't have full focus intensity. It's super easy to do. League of Legends is a high game. Just because you're a challenger player doesn't mean you're going to play at a challenger level every game, you know? Like, your default is maybe challenger, but, like, you could easily fuck up a game by not having information. So Ark says, so being proactive is essentially making plays with more information, assessing the variables. That's right. It's being proactive, and being proactive well is knowing everything at play and making the correct decision around that information. I always say that League of Legends is an information-based game. The more information we have, the better decisions we can make. The less information we have, the worse decisions we make. And at the end of the day, if you think about like a gold player or a silver player or a bronze player, they're running around the map with zero information. They have zero map awareness. They have no idea what's going on, and then that's why they're so inconsistent in their games. You know, because that's why as well. A lot of you guys, it's like you could have a really good game, and then the next game you have a really bad game, and you don't actually know why. You know, and it's just because you may have got lucky, or maybe you did a play that you didn't really know all the information at play. And then the other game you had, like, you missed information and then you made the bad play based on information, right? And that's why I hate it when people say solo queues about luck. Like, maybe a certain game it could be like luck, but overall, there's no such thing as luck in ranked at all. Literally zero. There's no such thing as losers queue. There's no such thing as winners queue. It's all about making the best decision given the information we have. And this game, I could have easily lost this game and said I was just unlucky. We just had 3 losing lanes and we get outscaled. But look at the result. 0 deaths, 200 CS. Okay, so Wally is being sarcastic from what I just said there. He said Kappa. But Wally, deep down, Wally knows that what I just said was true. Okay? So being proactive is essentially making plays with more information. Yeah. So Ark says, I wanted to have a conversation about a topic that I keep coming across. Sure. What's the conversation? We're here to answer questions here, Ark. It's about like good and bad things in League of Legends. Broken Champions tier list. I believe that if you perform better as a player, you should be able to beat any match. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't do any patch rundowns. I don't do tier lists. You know, obviously there is meta things, and I'm not going to discount tier lists, but I hate the mindset that it pushes. All I'm obsessed about is decision making at the end of the day, because again, we reviewed all these games, guys. All these games today, these were challenger players, grandmaster players, and there's still basic fundamentals errors here. It's got nothing about to do tier lists. It's got nothing to do with matchups and shit. Okay, guys, it's all about decision making and information. That's what League of Legends is. That's all I care about. I couldn't care less about tier lists and broken champs and stuff. So yeah, I think it's just a bad mindset to get in, because people just always obsess. What's the next champion? What's the little way I can get ELO? What's the next little trick? Yeah, tier lists. You know what? Tier lists are really important in playing strong champions in Challenger, in like 400 LP plus, sure. But guess what? That's not the majority of the player base. That's not what the people that comment on these things are, you know? And at the end of the day, if you're high elo, you already know what's strong or not, because you're playing against people who are going to play the strong shit, and then they're just going to beat you, right? So Johnny says, even if you think you were unlucky, there always going to be something you could have done better, so what's the point? Exactly right. Again, we looked, Johnny, remember, we looked at all these games. We reviewed every game, step by step. Basic fundamental errors. We ended a review early, very early. Fucking up crabs, missing information. It even happens in my games. It happens in Grandmaster Challenger players. The example I use is, how do good players consistently climb to X or Y rank on different accounts with high ranking? That's correct. Exactly right, Wally. Because they're making the better decisions given the current information they have in the game.